Module Overview. Creativity does not exist in a vacuum. This module provides an expansive, interdisciplinary exploration of how culture, social systems, historical contexts, and physical environments shape, constrain, and nurture artistic expression. It delves into cross-cultural variations in creative cognition, the sociocultural evolution of artistic norms, and how ideologies, politics, economy, and social identities influence the perception and production of art. Using frameworks from cultural psychology, sociology of art, ecological psychology, social learning theory, and creative systems theory, the module examines the reciprocal relationship between society and the artist. It also looks at how creative individuals navigate or resist dominant cultural narratives, assert identity, or foster innovation within given constraints. Furthermore, this module investigates how physical space, technological mediums, and collaborative ecosystems affect creative behaviors, aesthetic choices, and artistic risk. From indigenous folk art to urban graffiti, from Renaissance patronage to contemporary digital collectives, creativity is traced through its cultural matrices and environmental scaffolds. Key themes and components. 1. The cultural construction of creativity. Notions of what counts as creative are culturally bound. Western cultures emphasize individual genius, originality, and expression. Eastern and indigenous cultures often prioritize collective harmony, spiritual inspiration, and tradition. Creativity may involve novelty, appropriateness, beauty, truth, or ritual significance depending on context. Cultural tightness versus looseness affects tolerance for unconventional art. The role of society in defining and valuing art. Society's influence. What is considered art? Who can be an artist? How art is consumed. Institutions like museums, academies, and markets play a gatekeeping role. Art as propaganda, art as protest, and art as status each reflect socio-political realities. Sociological theories, Bourdieu, Becker, Adorno, examine how cultural capital and class shape artistic production and interpretation. Historical and political context of creative movements. Major art movements, e.g. Dadaism, Impressionism, Harlem Renaissance, Soviet realism, were deeply tied to historical events, wars, revolutions, or social unrest. Suppression or promotion of creativity often correlates with political regimes. Censorship, ideological dogma, and state patronage shape artistic direction. Post-colonial and feminist artists use art to reclaim narrative power and subvert inherited paradigms. Social learning, norms, and creative identity. Through social modeling, children and adolescents internalize aesthetic values, creative confidence, expression norms. Family background, education, and peer reinforcement significantly impact creative development. Creative identity formation is a social negotiation between authentic self and social approval. Stereotypes, e.g., black artists should make political art, or female artists should focus on emotion, may limit expressive range. Diversity, intersectionality, and access to creativity. Access to art and creative careers is influenced by race, gender, class, disability. Sexuality intersectionality theory explains how overlapping identities create compounded privilege or barriers. Diverse perspectives enrich the creative landscape, but often remain underrepresented. Institutional biases and cultural gatekeeping limit exposure and resources. Creative ecosystems and communities. Creative expression thrives in vibrant ecosystems with mentorship, collaboration dialogue, feedback, creative clusters, e.g. Harlem in the 1920s, Silicon Valley, Nollywood, demonstrate how social density plus freedom fuel innovation. Artists often require support networks, galleries, curators, workshops, and critics to flourish. Environmental psychology and artistic spaces. Physical surroundings affect creativity. Natural light, textures, colors, and noise levels can stimulate or suppress ideation. Urban versus rural versus virtual environments foster different creative habits. Affordances, what a space allows or invites, shape interaction with materials and mediums. Open versus enclosed, chaotic versus minimalist, familiar versus foreign, all affect the mind's receptivity to novel thought. Digital culture and creative democratization. The internet has revolutionized access to tools, artistic self-publishing, global artistic exchange, social media platforms, e.g. Instagram, Behance, TikTok, serve as both canvas and gallery. Algorithmic influence and platform aesthetics shape what gets seen, potentially reinforcing trends over originality. The line between audience and artist blurs, fostering participatory creativity. Cultural appropriation versus cultural appreciation. Artists increasingly navigate ethical tensions between borrowing from other cultures, respecting cultural origin and meaning. Cultural appropriation involves exploitation or disrespectful commodification. Cultural appreciation fosters learning, collaboration, and respectful homage. Understanding context, power dynamics, and authentic collaboration is key. Sustainability, place-based art, and eco-creativity. Art inspired by environmental concerns, climate change, and local landscapes. Eco-art raises awareness while reimagining human-nature relations. Creativity becomes a tool for social transformation and ecological activism. Sustainability in art also involves ethical material sourcing, waste reduction, and slow art movements. Learning objectives. By the end of this module, you will be able to analyze how cultural and historical contexts shape creative norms. Evaluate the influence of social factors on access to artistic development. Identify the impact of physical and digital environments on creative output. Distinguish between cultural appreciation and appropriation. Explore how identity, community, and ecosystems contribute to creative resilience and innovation.